Good morning, one and all. I am Mr. Shah, AS, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department. I am going to deliver a session on structural audit for load bearing wall structure. So, in this session, we are going to study masonry load bearing wall building. So, this is a basic structure for load bearing, and the procedure of structural audit is as per this steps. So there are 10 number of steps. Will be studied one by one. So basic first step is visual inspection. So generally, what is visual inspection? It is nothing but the eye-to-eye inspection of that structure, that building, that wall structure. So these are some key points in visual inspection. One is, it is the first step of structural audit or any type of audit. Then inspection shall be done from both the side of the wall, that is from the inside as well as outside, and it includes the signs, visible signs such as distress, some cracks that can be micro level or macro level, and any type of cracks or deviations in the wall. Then the second step is documentation of review. So in this type of step, we are going to study the documental review or documental any procedure for that particular wall, because that wall can be of any system or any type, such as it can be from the ancient period, or it can be from the 19th century, 20th century or 21st century. So documental review should be studied for historical purpose, for the purpose of the materials used for that construction. So this is the documental review step. So auditor should review the building construction drawings, any historical records to understand the original design, construction and material, and previous modifications that can be done or not. So moving further, the third step is NDT, that is non-destructive testing. So there are n number of NDT tests that can be studied for this type of step. So depending on the findings on the visual inspection, NDT methods can be employed, and ultrasonic testing, GPR, that is ground penetrating radar, and etc. can be used to assess the internal condition of that particular wall. Then there are some destructive testing, and this type of step is generally used only if it is going to be necessary for that structural audit. So small sections of the masonry are carefully removed for the laboratory analysis to determine the material properties and strength of the material. So these are the fourth step. Then moving further, fifth step is load assessment. So in this step, the load bearing capacity of the masonry wall is calculated, and to determine whether they can be safely support the expected load or not. So that strength can be evaluated by using this load assessment test. Then the structural analysis, that is data is analyzed by the structural engineer to assess the overall safety of the masonry wall, and this includes the factors such as time, condition of that material used, the mortar used for that masonry work, the connection and the joints, that is, it can be English bond, it can be Flemish bond, so it can be 1 brick thick or it can be 1.5 brick thick. So such data can be verified by structural engineer. Then the seventh step is deflection and settlement analysis. So structural engineer is going to assess whether the masonry wall is experiencing excessive deflection or not, or the settlement that can occur is sufficient or not. So based on the first 7 steps, recommendations are expected in step number 8. So that recommendations are based on the findings. Auditor provide recommendation such as the repair work is to be done, then the strengthening measures to be modified for the modification of the structure, and the deficiency that are identified. So the step number 8 is one of the important steps from the structural audit. Then moving further, that safety assessment is 9th step. So in this step includes the assessment of the safety of the building's occupants. So those are living in the building. So for their purpose, this safety assessment is one of the important criteria because their immediate and safety concerns are required for the structure. So repairing, re-strengthening or modification that can be done after some time for immediate recording, this must be done, that is safety assessment. And the last step is report. So a comprehensive report of these 9 steps are to be done by a structural auditor or structural engineer for the purpose of budget allocation for the repairing, re-strengthening work. So these are the some 10 steps that can be done for the purpose of structural audit. So these are the some cases that can be strictly modified while doing the structural audit, that any damage to the upper part, that is slab part, to the wall portion, that is any leakage or any dam. These are the some tree plantations that are damaging the wall of the structure or the building. So these type of structures can be modified for the structural analysis. So this is from today's session. Thank you very much, and we'll be moving for next topic related to this structural audit. Thank you.